Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Legendary here, and today, people, we are here to review the new Guardians of Rock mini box coming up. This is actually a really cool set. There's a lot of amazing anime character-related cards in this set, like so many good cards in here, and a lot of surprise cards in here that I really did not expect to see. But yeah, I'm excited to get right into it. It's gonna be really cool. We're just gonna review all the anime cards, and it's quite a lot. Anyway, let's begin. So, start off with the URs here. We got Berserkion, the Electromagna Warrior. So, these are Yugi related cards. It's part of his Magnet Warrior archetype, so you can add these to Yugi's deck. So that's really awesome. It is a level 8 Earth Monster Rock effect, cannot be normal summoner set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Alpha, the Electromagnet Warrior, Beta, the Electromagnet Warrior, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior from your hand, graveyard, or face up from your monster zone. So that's really cool because essentially what that means is you can basically, as soon as you have this card in your hand and you have all three of the Magnet Warriors either on the field, hand, or graveyard, you could summon this thing. So it's a powerful 3000 beater, and it has another effect. You can manage the level 4 lower Magnet Warrior monster in your graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So that's awesome. Instant popping. Is that a quick effect? Let me see. I think it's a quick effect. I'm not sure. It doesn't specify if it's a quick effect. Maybe it's not a once per turn thing, but it's not a quick effect. Anyway, if this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one of each banished Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warrior, and special summon them. So that's awesome. If it gets removed from the field, you would just bring back the originals back and then go back for another Berserkion. So that's awesome. So it just pops stuff, which is amazing, and it's not a once per turn thing based on what it shows here. So that's honestly just really amazing. But yeah, that's going to be an amazing support for Yugi's Magnet Warrior deck for dueling, so I'm definitely going to have a deck list for that at some point soon in the future, I hope. I'm working on it, but it's been a while since I've done a deck profile on the channel, but I got to get back to that. We got the Prettiest Dragon for Yusei Fudo. When this card is normal summon, you target a monster with 500 or less attack in the graveyard. Special summon it, its effects are negated. You can use it for synchro material, but you cannot synchro summon using level 4s with this card. So basically, this is the whole, summon the Prettiest Dragon, go for Quill Ball, and special summon another level 2 with 500 or less attack. So you could go for Stardust, or you could just summon the Prettiest Dragon, bring back a Card Trooper from the graveyard, a level 3 or something like that has 500 or less, and then you go for a level 7 Dragon. So like Black Rose or Ancient Fairy or whoever. But yeah, so it's just really good Yusei support, really good Dragon support. For synchro support, I should say. But yeah, and then finally the last UR is Magician's or Magician Navigation. This is going to be an amazing help for a Thames character deck for his Dark Magician build. Special summon one Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon one level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, target one face-up spell trap card your opponent controls. It has its effects negated until the end of the turn. So for the first effect, you just summon a Dark Magician from your hand, and also special summon a level 7 and lower Magician from your deck. So you summon Dark Magician from your hand, and then you summon Dark Magician Girl from your deck, or another Dark Magician from your deck. So it allows you to swarm the field with your ace monsters, and then you can go off with some other cool combos. And then the second effect that you can use after you've already used this effect, you could just target a face-up spell trap card and negate its effects. So it, if there's a field spell on the field, you can negate it. A continuous spell card, you can negate it, and a quick spell, you can negate it for the turn, and that could really come in handy. So really good card. It's gonna help a lot for a Thames deck, because basically you'll just set this card first turn. You have Dark Magician in your hand. On their turn, you summon Dark Magician, and then summon Dark Magician Girl. So you get two monsters right off the bat. So it's an amazing card. Drawing this turn 1 is going to be actually really good if you have Dark Magician in your hand. So it's going to depend on if you have him in your hand or not. So it might not be as amazing, but it's still good, because if you do get Dark Magician in your hand along with this card in your first turn, you pretty much have two monsters right off the bat, and then you have a negating effect from the graveyard. Anyway, Thought Ruler Archfiend is also an anime related card as well. It's from Sayer's deck, which he ran a Psychic deck from the 5Ds. He's one of the 5Ds villains, one of the minor 5Ds villains, I guess, if you want to call him a minor one. This is a cool card. If it kills something by battle, you gain life points equal to the monster's attack, and then during either player's turn, when a spell card is activated that targets a psychic spell trap, a psychic type monster, no other cards, you can pay 1,000 to negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So yeah, it's really cool, really awesome. 2700 attack. It's a generic level 8 synchro, so it's just another powerful generic level 8. But the cards I'm really excited for here is Amulet Dragon is here, and you guys know what this means. If Amulet Dragon is here, the one and the only Eye of Timaeus is here too, which he is. But let's just start with Amulet Dragon. You could fusion summon this card with Dark Magician or any dragon type monster, so that could be good in Yuki's deck. Maybe you could fuse Dark Magician with Curse of Dragon, and then to summon this guy, which is not that bad. But obviously the best way to summon it is with the Eye of Timaeus, and then its effect is this card is special summon, target any number of spell cards in any player's graveyards, minimum 1, banish those targets, and if you do, this card gains 100 for each card banished by this effect. So it already starts off with 29. You'll already have a spell card in the graveyard because of the Eye of Timaeus, so it'll be at 3,000 automatically. And then plus whatever spell cards you've already used, plus your opponent has already used, you'll go anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 or 5,000, whatever. Like, you can get up pretty high. And then its other effect is, if this card is destroyed, you can target one spellcaster type monster in your graveyard special summon. So basically, if it dies, you bring back Dark Magician or Dark Magician of Chaos, Dark Magician Girl, whatever. Basically a Dark Magician, or any spellcaster. But yeah, so Amulet Dragon, it's really awesome. It's a really, really good card. We got Alpha, the Electromagnetic Warrior, and Gamma. So we already have Beta from Yugi's level up rewards. So now we have Gamma and Alpha. Alpha, they both have not the exact same effect, but it's similar. The second effect is the same, I believe. But if this card is normal summon, you could add one level 8 Magno Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. So you can add Berserkion because it's a Magno Warrior, and you can add Valkyrian, the Magno Warrior, when this is summoned. So that's good, because that's one of the big problems with the deck, is searching out searching him out. So this searches it out, which is great, to your hand, and this guy too, which is really powerful. And then its second effect is, during your opponent's turn, you contribute this card special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior from your deck. This is a quick effect, so you could basically summon the normal version, Alpha the Magnet Warrior, or any of the other Magnet Warriors that are level 4. So all the normal ones, you can special summon one of them. And then we got Beta. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon, Gamma. When it's normal or special summon, you can special summon a level 4 lower Magnet Warrior from your hand. So this is good. It allows you to swarm the field with the Magnet Warriors, and then I guess you could tribute them off to summon the big one, or it just helps you summon. So you could activate Gamma, special summon Alpha, and then Alpha searches out one of your Magno Warriors. So that's good. And then its second effect is the same as the other one. You could tribute it off during your opponent's turn to special summon a level 4 Magno Warrior from your deck. So that's really good, and it's good. It gets it from the deck, so it doesn't have to be in your hand, so that's good. I won't be talking about the Tramids because they're not anime related, so I'm not really even going to use them. I'm just going to focus on the anime cards. We got Guardian Yatos for Raphael, and I think we have Guardian Dreadsight too here, so pretty cool card. Maybe I'll try to build a Raphael deck in Duel Links. I think Raphael's deck in Duel Links would be better, maybe just for the simple fact that since he didn't have a lot of monsters anyway, I think he only had like up to 10 monsters anyway, so that works perfectly in Duel Links because it's half of your deck. So his deck might be strong in Duel Links, so I want to test it out in the future. I definitely do, but we'll see what happens. If you have no monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So if you draw this first turn, you have an instant 2500 beater. You can send one other equipped spell card equipped to this card to the graveyard, target up to 3 monsters in your opponent's graveyard, and banish them. And then this card gains 500 for each card banished. So that's really good. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely more of a late game card in my opinion, but it's still good. It's still good. Well, it's funny because its first effect is more of an early game card, and then its last effect is more of a late game type of effect, because your opponent has to already have something in the graveyard for you to banish, so this card gains more attack. But it's good. It's interesting. We got Block Dragon. This isn't Yugi's card, but for Duel Links, I will allow everyone who wants to duel me to use this card because, you know, I think Yugi does have block man or whatever. So I thought, you know what? Why not give Yugi the other block cards, at least for Duel Links only specifically. So you could add block golem, which I think you get from the card trader, or one of the tickets that you get. But yeah, block dragon's really cool. I want to test this out because this would be blended very well with just Yugi's entire rock magnet / block theme deck. So that should be interesting. Anyway, its effect cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by banishing 3 earth monsters from your hand and or graveyard, and cannot be special summoned in other ways. Rock type monsters you control cannot be destroyed except by battle. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add up to 3 rock monsters from your deck to your hand whose total levels equal 8. And yeah, you can only use this once per turn. So it's just an amazing effect. It's easy to summon because you just need 3 earth monsters in your graveyard. All the magnet warriors are earth. A lot of them mill each other to the graveyard or tribute them off to special summon another one from the deck. So it makes it super easy to actually summon this thing, and then it protects all your rock types. All the magnet warriors are rock types, which is great. And then if it just manages to be destroyed, you could search more magnets from your deck. So it's actually really good. Synergizes it perfectly with his magnet warriors. So you guys can use that in Yuki's deck. I will allow that. That should be a fun little new tech option for Yuki's deck, as well as you can add block golem too if you want. But yeah, I think Catapult Zone is also a Yugi card in Duel Links. I have to double check that. I'm not sure, but if it is, then add this card because it's good. It's a field spell. Once per turn, if a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can send 1 rock monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. So that's really awesome. It allows you to send them to the graveyard faster, so that way you could banish them off for, you know, Berserkion or Valkyrian. So that's gonna help out the deck a lot as well, and protect your monsters from battle. So yeah, just so many good cards. Just a lot of really amazing cards in this mini box for character related specific cards. But anyway, so as you guys can see here, I'm just gonna kind of jump around here. We have the 3 dragons. We have the Fang of Critias, the Claw of Hermos, and the Eye of Timaeus, which is a rare. So yeah, we have the 3 legendary dragons here, as well as Legend of the Heart, and we also have Legendary Knight Timaeus, Legendary Knight Critias, and Legendary Knight Hermos. When I saw these cards here, first of all, I thought it was very random. I thought this box was supposed to be focused on rock types, but from the looks of it, it just seems like it's focused on rock types and then random season 4 cards from Duel Monsters. So it's just so weird. Like, you got the Guardian cards too and the equip, so it's a very weird box. I'll give you that. Like, it's very confusing as to why this box has these cards in there, but I guess this might confirm that there won't be a season 4 arc in Duel Links, because they're giving us all these cards now instead of doing it through events and stuff. So we might not get it, or we might get it and they're just giving it to us early, so that way, I don't know, because Orichalcos Shuneros is there, and I don't know, a lot of key cards are in here. All the final boss cards of that arc are all here, so it's kind of weird. So I guess that confirms it. But anyway, yeah, the 3 legendary dragons are here. This is going to bump up Kaiba's deck, Joey's deck, and Yugi's deck all at once. A lot of the fusions are here. Obviously, we don't have Doom Virus Dragon. We don't have Mirror Force Dragon because Mirror Force is not a game, and neither is Deck Destruction Virus. No, Crush Card Virus. Neither of those are in the game, and they're too powerful for the game, so that's why they didn't add it. But all of Joey's fusions are here. We got Goddess Bow, we got Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, we got Rocket Hermos Cannon, and Time Magic Hammer. So all of his cards are here. So Joey has a nice little fun upgrade to his decks. This is definitely going into his Red Eyes deck. I made his Red Eyes deck already, so I just have to find room to add this one card and then add this into the extra deck, and that's it. Because Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, its effect is obviously it can only be summoned with the Claw of Hermos. If this card is special summoned, target one other face-up monster on the field equipped to this card, it gains 1,000 attack and 500 attack and defense for each dragon type monster on the field and in the graveyards. So this is just busted. So if you're running a Red Eyes deck, basically, let's say you summon Red Eyes Black Dragon. Let's say you fuse Red Eyes Black Dragon with Claw of Hermos, and then Red Eyes is in the graveyard. Let's say you already have Red Eyes / Dragon on the field. let's say you already have that, for example. You equip this to Red Eye / Dragon, so it'll gain 1,000 attack points, so it'll be at 3,800, and then 500 attack for each dragon in the graveyard. Since Red Eyes is in the graveyard, that it'll gain 500, so that would be 4,300 attack points, plus all the other Red Eyes Dragon monsters that are already possibly in your graveyard by that point. That's a lot. And then when Red Eye / Dragon attack, it gains 200 more. So you'd have like a monster that has practically 5,000 attack points just by doing this. So this is going to help out. Ooh, it's going to help Joey have a lot of power. And if he's facing against a dragon user like Seto Kaiba, oh my god, literally Kaiba's dragons, his blue eyes are going to power up this card ridiculously. So this is going to be a good card to use against Kaiba. So I might do a Joey versus Kaiba duel at some point in the future using Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword and the Claw of Hermos. And then I'll probably build another Joey deck, a more fun one where I can use Time Magic Hammer, Rocket Hermos Cannon, and stuff like that. You know, I might build a more fun, not Red Eyes competitive like Joey deck, but more like a fun, goofy, you know, like a real Joey deck. You know, like it's more goofy and not Red Eyes focused. But anyway, yeah, I definitely want to try that out sometime. It's really cool. It's really cool. I don't think I'm gonna read the effects of all of these cards just because it's just so many freaking cards. Like I would be here for like 50 minutes, and I've never done a 50-minute video on a box review. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, for Kaiba, we got the Fang of Critias, and the only fusion we got here is a Tyrant Burst Dragon. Obviously, we already have Tyrant Wing, which also is a reprint in this box. So if you don't have it, you're gonna have it now from this box, and it's normal, I think. Is it? Yeah, it's a rare card, so it should be easy to pull. Anyway, Tyrant Burst Dragon's effect is it's a level 8. I'm reading this card because Kaiba literally only has one fusion. I might as well read his one and only card. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, so this is good. Let's say you already have 2 Blue Eyes on the field, and then you fusion summon this card. It has 2,900 attack points. You could either have 2 options. You could either attack all your opponent's monsters, use beatdown, and then run over all your opponent's monsters with this card, and then direct attack with your 2 Blue Eyes or your 1 Blue Eyes. Or you could activate its other effect and equip this to one of your Blue Eyes. That Blue Eyes gains 400 attack and defense, and it can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. So that 1 Blue Eyes will be able to wipe out the entire field. And then the other Blue Eyes can finish it off. So either way, it's still good. But definitely not the strongest of the 3 Fang of Critias ones. But obviously, we don't have Mirror Force, and obviously, we don't have Crush cards, so we can't really complain. But this is not that bad. It starts off at 2,900 with skills like Beatdown and stuff. And Kaiba has a lot of cards to bump up his attack or shrink his opponent's attack. So he has ways of overpowering his opponent. So this is only going to help just wipe the board a lot faster as well. So that's going to be a really good support card for Kaiba right there until we get Doom Virus Dragon and Mirror Force Dragon. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, for Joey we got Goddess Bow. Maybe I will read it. Why not? Okay, so I'll read it. All of Joey's fusions have the same effect. Basically, they're fusion equipped monsters. So as soon as they're fusion summoned, you can equip them to another monster you control. And then they gain a certain effect because they're all equipped spells basically in a way. So with this card you need to use Queen's Knight because Yuki in season 4 basically used this card to fuse his Queen's Knight with the Claw of Hermos that he got from Joey after he died. Spoilers if you guys don't already know that. But anyway, if this card is special summon, target one other face-up monster on the field equipped it to this card. Okay, so it equips itself. So I'm not even gonna like say that because all of them do that when they're special summoned. They equip themselves. So alright, when it's summoned, you equip it to a monster. While this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, negate the first effect activated by your opponent during each battle phase. Also, after that, the equipped monster can make a second attack during each battle phase. So basically, it negates a card effect. The first effect that activates, you can negate it right away, and then that monster can also attack 2 times that battle phase. So not bad. Could be better, but it's not the worst, but it could be better. Then we got Time Magic Arrow. If you guys don't know, that's the fusion with Claw of Hermos and Time Wizard. It equips itself to a monster. At the start of the damage step, if the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, roll a 6-sided die, banish that monster until the standby phase of the nth turn after this effect resolves. So n equals to the result. So basically, if you roll a 6, that monster is banished until the 6th standby phase after this card is activated. Yeah, so it basically banishes monsters for however many the roll is. So it's actually not that bad of a card. Even if you banish a card for 1 turn, that might be all you need. It's at the start of the damage step, so I'm not even sure if you take the battle damage first and then it gets banished, or if it gets banished right before you take the damage. So I'm not sure how that works. I gotta look up the rulings for that, but not a bad card. It's an interesting gimmick, and if you roll high, you can banish a really powerful monster for many turns, and that can allow you to get over some really big problems temporarily. And you could probably already win by that. Then we got Rocket Hairmo's Cannon. So it equips itself, and then the monster equipped with this card can make a second attack. So it can attack twice, and then if it attacks the defense position monster, it inflicts piercing damage. So, which is weird because it's a cannon. You think it would have an effect that would just instantly pop a monster. I think in the anime it did pop a monster, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so it can pierce and it can attack twice. So it could be helpful. It should have also gave it a little extra attack points too. Kind of a shame that it doesn't, but hey, work with what you got. But yeah, that's Rocket Hairmo's Cannon right there. And yeah, so those are the new Joey and Kaiba cards. We also have Tomias, Knight of Destiny, which you summon with Legend of Heart. This is the final boss monster that fuses the 3 legendary knights and whatnot. But yeah, so let me just read off. So you summon the 3 legendary knights, Tomias, Prettiest, and Hairmos, with the Legend of Heart spell card. The Legend of Heart spell card says pay 2,000 life points, tribute a warrior, banish up to 3 legendary dragon spell cards with different names from your hand and or field to the graveyard. So that's really good, because if you have them in your hand and you haven't fused for them, you don't have to worry about it, because they don't have to be in the graveyard for you to banish them. Like, you could have them in your hand. So that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. And then you special summon the 3 knights from your hand, deck, and or graveyard. So that's fantastic. It summons it from anywhere. So you're pretty much set. And then you have the 3 bad boys here. We got Legendary Knight Tomias. It's a level 8 warrior. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Has to be summoned to Legend of Heart. When it's special summoned, you could target 1 face-up spell tripod on the field and banish it. So that's awesome. So that's like face-up continuous spells. You know, you guys already know. It's self-explanatory. I don't need to over-explain that. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 spell card in the graveyard and set that card. So that's good, because then you could keep reactivating your spell cards that you activate. You could probably, I think, even reset these. No, because they get banished, right? Yeah, they get banished. So you could just reset other spell cards in your graveyard and then reactivate them. So that's pretty cool. That's honestly pretty awesome. And then we got Legendary Knight Critias. When it's special summoned, I'm just going to go straight to the effect. You could target 1 face-up spell tripod on the field. So it literally does the exact same thing. And then its other effect is what's different. I think they all do the same thing, and then its other effect is different, right? Let me see. Hairmos. Okay, no, this one. Yeah. They all do the same thing. When they're summoned, you could target a spell trap card on the field, a face-up one, and banish it. So they all do that. So once you summon all 3, you could banish basically 3 face-up spell trap cards on the field. So you can get rid of some really problematic spells and traps right off the bat with these 3 cards summoned at the same time. And then Critias' other unique effect is, if this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 trap card in your graveyard, set that card. That set card can be activated this turn. So that is really cool. That is awesome. Basically, it allows you to just set a trap card and you can activate it. So in theory, if you had Mirror Force in the graveyard and you were being attacked, you could set it from the graveyard and activate it right away. So that'd be good. Obviously, we don't have that, but there's cards like Sakuretsu Armor, Dimensional Prison, stuff like that you can use to like reset onto the field and then activate again to protect it. So honestly, pretty cool. I really like that. Pretty cool. And then we got Hairmos. You guys already know its effect, so I'm gonna read the last one. When this card, once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 effect monster in your graveyard until the end phase of your next turn. This card's name becomes that target and replace this effect with that target's original effect. So this one is a little bit weird like I get what it's doing. You know, you copy a monster from the graveyard and it becomes that monster. So it has some interesting possibilities. You know, you could copy Red-Eye Dragon from the graveyard with its effects, and then you could attack and then equip something. It gains 200 attack. It'd be at 3,000. So that's one thing you could do. You could banish any effect monster in your graveyard. So you could copy the effects of these guys in the graveyard and give it onto them. I have to think a little bit more about how useful that's going to be in Joey's deck. So I got to look into that more. But it's a unique effect, and I think it could come in handy. But it might not be as powerful as these two, but it might be better than I think. But I gotta see. And then we finally have Tamais, the Knight of Destiny, a level 10 fusion monster. You fuse all 3 of the legendary knights together while you control them on the field. This card is unaffected by other card effects, so that's already amazing because it's basically impenetrable. And then, once per battle, if this card battles during damage calculation in either player's turn, you can make this card's attack and defense become equal to the attack of the monster on the field with the highest attack. Okay, and your choice if tied. So this is interesting. So let's say Kaiba has 3 blue eyes. You'll become equal to one of the blue eyes. You double knockout, and then you activate its final effect. Its final effect is when this card is destroyed by battle, and it will be because it's unaffected by other card effects, you can special summon 3 legendary knights from your hand, deck, and or graveyard, ignoring their summoning conditions. So basically, it's like you kill this, he brings out the other 3, its fusion materials, back to the field, and then when they're summoned onto the field, their effects will activate, banishing 3 other spell cards. And it's kind of like this loop that you can kind of keep redoing. You can keep recontact fusing, attack, double knockout, summon the 3, banish some stuff, and kind of keep redoing that. Not multiple times in the same turn, but once per turn you could keep redoing that combo. But also, if your opponent has blue eyes and let's say some other monster that has more attack, you copy the monster with the most attack and then run over the blue eyes. And then if he manages to kill your monster by battle, then you summon the 3 knights and you do your crazy shenanigans. So pretty good. I really want to test this card out. So definitely right now what I will do whenever I do get these cards is I'm going to test out Claw of Hermos and Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword in Joey's Red Eyes deck. Then I'm going to build another version of Joey's deck where I get to use all of them in the same deck. Maybe not Goddess Bow because that fuses with Queen's Knight. Yeah, I mean, I think you just use any warrior monster for that. But it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm not going to use Goddess's Bow because that was kind of Yuki's fusion. But so I'll use these guys. I'll use these guys and Red Eyes, but all 3 of these. And I'll build a fun version of Joey's deck with, you know, a gimmicky version of his deck. And then I'll build an attempt deck where I use all 3 of the legendary dragons with Legend of Heart. You know, with all of this, I'm gonna use all of this. I have to find a way on how to do it just right because it's gonna be kind of cloggy. Maybe not. I just gotta build it the right way. Honestly, I just have to build it the right way. But I can do it. Obviously, I would add Goddess Bow. See, it's interesting because I wouldn't be able to use the Fang of Prettiest because we don't have Mirror Force yet, and we don't have Mirror Force Dragon. So I could still add it to the deck because all you need to do is have this card in your hand, and then you can activate Legend of Heart and banish it, so it doesn't have to be in the graveyard. Also, you can discard it to the graveyard with another card effect just to have it there. So the Critias will be kind of dead in this deck, kind of, but like in a Tem's deck it would be kind of dead because a Tem doesn't have Time Ring. I mean, maybe I'll add it just for fun. I don't know. You guys give me some ideas of what you guys want me to do with that. But I want to build an attempt deck, a Season 4 attempt deck using the Legendary Knights, the Legendary Dragons, and all these amazing freaking fusions and stuff. It's just great. We have Darts' final card here too, Orichalco's Shuneros. If a normal monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card gains 1,000 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Face up level 4. Normal monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's kind of a weird card. I'm not even going to figure out how that applies right now because his deck was just weird in the anime and a lot of his cards didn't even come out in real life. So his archetype was bizarre. Oh yeah, so we have Magnet Conversion. This is for Yugi, obviously, the Magnet Warrior. Target up to 3 level 4 lower Magnet Warrior monsters in your graveyard and add them to your hand. So that's good because with all these effects, you're basically sending them all to the graveyard and tributing themselves off to summon other ones, and then don't worry about them getting destroyed. This is how you recycle it. You activate this card, you target your 3 level 4 lower magnet warriors, add them to your hand, and then go for your Valkyrian, your Berserkion, whatever. Do all that shenanigan stuff. Then it has another effect as well. During the player's turn, except in turn this was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Target one of your banished level 4 lower monsters, level 4 lower magnet warrior monsters, and special summon it. So that's good because they do get banished, I think, by the effect of Valkyrian. I'm not sure. I gotta look back at that. Rock Bombardment, I think, is also a Yuki card in one of his decks in Duel Links. I have to double check though. But if it is, its effect is send one rock monster from your deck to your graveyard and inflict 500. So this is just helps you do a little chip damage, but most importantly, it helps you send rock monsters to the graveyard because that's how this deck works. It's just sending your materials to the graveyard and bringing them back and summoning your big boss monsters, which is Berserkion and Valkyrion and or Block Dragon. So, whew. So yeah, that's kind of it right there. I mean, so many good cards. I mean, we already have Tyrant Ring, so I don't need to go through that. But actually, you know what? I will read the Raphael cards. I don't know too much about the Guardian cards enough to like say how good or bad they are, but I'm gonna read it for you guys. This is an anime related video, and some people really love Raphael's Guardian deck. I like it too. It's unique. I do want to build this deck one day too, so I'll read it for you guys. I'm gonna show some love right here for the Raphael and Guardian people. But yeah, so anyway, I already read Guardian Yoshio, so I don't need to read that. We got Guardian Death Scythe. Cannot be normal summoned in a set. Must be special summoned by its own effect. Cannot be special summoned in other ways. If Guardian Iatos is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can equip the one Dread Scythe from your deck to this card. When this card is special summoned, okay, so you can equip. Okay, you can equip this card to that to this card. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I got confused. You cannot normal summon or special summon monsters, but you can normal set. So you can set monsters. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card from the graveyard, and then when it gets special summoned, you could re-equip the Death Scythe. And then what the Death Scythe does is equip only to Guardian Death Scythe. It gains 500 attack for each monster in both players' graveyards. So basically, this monster who starts off at 25 will automatically just be at 3,000 because Guardian Iatos will be in the graveyard, and then plus whatever monsters are in both players' graveyard, you'll gain 5. So it basically is a giant walking beat stick. Basically, it just has a bunch of attack. It doesn't have any protection though, but it comes back. So that's kind of the protection. It's like, oh yeah, you finally killed me, but I just keep coming back. So I send the card from my hand to the graveyard, it comes back. So you keep killing it, it just keeps coming back. So pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty sick actually. I like that. It's unique. We got Celestial Sword Iatos. This card can be treated as a Noble Arms card. Just ignore that. The equipped monster gains 500 attack. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Guardian Iatos you control. It gains 500 for each of your banished monster. It doesn't. Okay, so yeah, it's just kind of similar to Death Scythe. You just gain 500. This gains monsters for every card in the graveyard, and this gains for every monster that's banished. So interesting. I like it. I think that was it, right? Think so. Yes, I think those were all of Raphael's cards there. So, whew, that was quite a mouthful. My throat really hurts right now. Give me 1 second. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Guardians of the Rock mini box. I believe this comes out, June 18th, so this comes out tomorrow. I do not have enough gems to buy this box, so you may not see a box opening for maybe a week or two. Hopefully sooner. I don't know. Maybe I'll grind tonight just to save up for a video on Thursday or something. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that is the review for you guys. So many good cards. I highly recommend you buy this box if you want to build some fun character decks to upgrade Yugi's deck, to upgrade Atem's deck, to upgrade Yusei's deck, to upgrade Joey's deck, to upgrade Kaiba's deck. Oh my god, it's just so many upgrades for basically the DM characters, and like one upgrade for Yusei, but mostly DM cards, DM characters, dual monsters, the original Yu-Gi-Oh. So much support. That the Magnet, Little Yugi got the most support, obviously. Actually, no, Little Yugi and Atem both got the most support. You could argue maybe Joey too because of all the Caramel's fusions are here. But yeah, I would say for little Yugi, for Atem, and especially and for Joey as well, just amazing set. And then we got finally the Beast Dragon for Yusei, so that's just gonna be a cool card to tech in there as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this box review. See you guys in the next one. Please do buy this mini box. Well, don't buy, but you know, use your gems on it, grind for it. This is a really good set for anime cards. So if you want to bump up your Yugi, Atem, Yusei, and Joey decks, by all means, please buy this box, because I'm gonna buy this box or spend my gems on it. But anyway, see you guys in the next one. God bless you guys. Gotcha.